is the Loveland, Colorado Police Department obtaining an elderly lady.
You want to play it this way? Ma'am, police, stop. You want to stop? Lights on, siren, stop. You just left Walmart.
This is Karen Garner. Karen has Alzheimer's disease, dementia.
No. Okay. Let's stop. Come on.
I'm going home.
Because of Karen's dementia, she forgot to pay for $13 worth of items at Walmart, in which the police were called to her. Walmart did take back the merchandise.
On the ground. On the ground.
Karen is scared and very concerned and frustrated. She has no idea why this officer is treating her in such a way.
After a short struggle, she's now detained. Come on. I am code 4.
During this struggle, Karen was very badly injured. She is now in a nursing home facility permanently. Her family has won a lawsuit with the Loveland Police Department. On September the 7th, 2021, the city of Loveland agreed to pay $3 million to the horrific, bone-breaking 2020 arrest of Karen Garner.
Family says a settlement will help ensure Garner gets the best care possible. Garner, we are told, has not spoken about the incident since the day it happened.
Karen is a 73-year-old lady with dementia. But at the September the 8th press conference for Karen Garner of the Life and Liberty Law Firm and represents Garner and her family, made it clear that she was willing to give up some of the money she'll earn for helping to secure this windfall if that means an exit for the Loveland Police Chief, Bob Tyser. She says, I actually put a ransom out on his job. I pledged that if Chief Tyser would resign or is fired within the next 30 days, I will donate $50,000 of my own money to any dementia-based charity of Tyser. There's no question that the heat is on Tyser. The fatal August the 16th police shooting of 19-year-old Alex Domina, who was suffering from a mental health crisis at the time, is only the latest controversial event to take place on his watch. But the Garner matter has been by far the most expensive to date. And while Tyser has promised policy revisions to prevent such events from happening in the future, the attorney argues that all of that stuff is meaningless and it's just lip service until there are personal changes in the supervisory positions. The bottom line, it's full stop. She emphasized this point a few hours before Loveland made the settlement announcement by releasing a video of Sergeant Philip Meltzer, a defendant in the lawsuit, along with responding officers, and the only one who hasn't been criminally charged in relation to the accident, which happened after Garner failed to pay for $13.88 worth of items from a local Walmart. The clip shows Meltzer essentially bullying. The attorney discusses the sergeant of trying to hide the video in the evidence no man's land to prevent it from landing in her hands. She eventually got a hold of the footage, however, and in the introduction to its page on YouTube, she writes in all caps, "Remember, Philip Meltzer is still employed as a sergeant at the Loveland Police Department." The attorney was just as blunt as she could be at the September the 8th press conference, where she was accompanied by members of Garner's family. Discussions regarding a potential settlement went on for a couple of months, and personal charges were not on the table during negotiations. The attorney reveals, "I thought it was important that the Meltzer stuff be released to the public before the last chapter of the lawsuit was announced. since it's at the core in many ways of explaining how the $3 million number got so high. This is not a rogue bad apple. This is a big problem at a big police department. Meltzer should have been charged and fired, she said. Think about that video of him and what he does to threaten a citizen who courageously stopped and tried to protect a vulnerable member of our community from police violence and brutality. The way Meltzer treats him, the tone he takes, the intimidation, and the telling him he doesn't know what he saw when Meltzer wasn't even there to see it. That video was viewed by many other supervisors within Loveland when I filed the lawsuit back in April. There are audit logs that show whenever anyone has seen a video, and it has been seen by a sergeant, a lieutenant, and an assistant chief, yet they did not fire him, and that is insane. I cannot wrap my brain around what kind of person becomes a police officer and sees a citizen who had the courage to say that they saw excessive force and does nothing about it. There is so much to unpack about the attitude, and who knows what other things he's done. He is a supervisor. He trains. And in that video, Hop and his partner just laugh and say, "Good old Meltzer," which means this is a repeat performance. The Loveland settlement announcement prevented the Meltzer material from getting the media attention it might have otherwise received, but the attorney thinks it will come to the fore again. Those are going to be exhibited at Hop's criminal trial, she predicts. His defense is going to have to be that he did not assault anybody because he was doing exactly what he was trained to do at the Loveland Police Department and exactly what they expected. There was other reasons for unveiling the Meltzer video when she did, to the extent that the settlement announcement was going to make it seem like everything was tied up with a bow. I wanted to make sure that was not the case. There's still a lot of cleanup that needs to be done, and they seem pretty intent on not doing that. The attorney seems pretty intent on not letting them avoid the ongoing issues, however, and her ransom pledge makes it clear that she will keep speaking out about these problems. This is close to me because I live and work in the Loveland and Fort Collins area. So I am not interested in following the old guard playbook of you guys just pay some money and keep this business as usual. I want this to be a safer place for my kids to live, and I want to feel safe walking my dog. And I don't want to have to worry about my mother or grandmother needing to be protected from the police. The attorney concludes that there's no accountability in the Loveland Police Department, and that means there needs to be an outsider and higher-ups who protect bad police, including this certain chief.